All right, boys, time for the brigand leader. Right before dusk. They have no range, and we do. Oh, hold the phone! There is also King Bertolf, the infamous robber baron. This means there is actually 2 brigand leaders. Yep, a few leaders. The problem is, it actually might be a little bit difficult to deal with them. I do have a net, at least, and we're probably going to use it here. This is going to be a really challenging fight to see if we can farm. Where's the best place that we can possibly fight on the map? Us having the high ground with all of our melee right here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 melee. 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. Now you have a 5th one down there. All of the ranged inside. However, backing up gives them a huge opportunity. So let's actually wait and see if they're going to YOLO out like maniacs. They probably will. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Woo! Woo-hoo! Double great swords. Those are 6,000 crown weapons, and there's 2 of them on the battle. Also, this is kettle top with mail, and this is a kettle top with a closed mail. I believe that's like 250 armor. I forget what this one is. 210 maybe? 220? Their shirts are just regular chain shirts. So you probably can't get better than this, to be honest, but we also can't afford to get hit by those swords. We could literally get chopped to death in about a second. So forget falling back. We need to go all out, just take something down. Anything. This guy has no shield. Ergo, he's going to go, hopefully, straight down. Mr. Honk has one good 57. Oh well, we tried. We really don't want to have that spot. We'll fall back over here, and Kiyosuke will be on his own. He is our strongest tank, so let's pray he can do his job, shall we? 33-33. The hammer is more concerning because it can basically one-shot our armor. Whoo! Double 33s. That's what I like to seize. Now it's up to Monk. 41-56. This is a tense battle. Kiyosuke has to hold the line, as does Goose. We need some good hits here. Cinnamon, 51. Yeah, let's go for the 51. That one-handed hammer, very dangerous, okay? Very good. Now, we don't want Eric here because they can move up, take this tile, and he's locked into the low ground. So let's pull him back a tile. They can move to this spot, but they won't be able to swing any of their two-handed weapons. At least not this turn. Okay, that is a very solid foothold we have. Now, if I wait, I do 20% more damage if they come closer, and we get 10% more aim if they come closer. So I think it does make sense to let them come up, see what happens. Worst case, I can throw the javelins later. That's not a surprise. Okay, 50% Charlie right before the Brigand Raider gets to go. This one's actually already panicking, the Raider back there. Absolutely amazing. Next biggest threat is going to be right back here at 51 on the Great Axe. Beautiful. Beautiful, Charlie. Now, these ones are all shield-walled in the front line, making them pretty hard to hit. If we wait, I imagine this one will run down here through the spear wall, and we'll have better shots with Cinnamon in a minute. Since the Raider back here is panicked at 65, I think it makes sense to go for a big hit with Mr. Honk. That's a big hit. Getting that kill is going to break their morale. Something fierce, shall we say. We're going to wait for Eric. I'm pretty sure something's going to come down here. We'll have a better chance of dealing more damage to it later. Same deal on one. See if Chris can finish off the panicked one at 47. Oh, yeah, but no resolve breaks, interestingly. No other good shots at the moment. They can't quite... They could move here, 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 here. If they really wanted to, they could pin Shermai Cowan. So let's back up a smidge and wait. And if I take this high ground, great, that's a good spot. But then we're facing multiple ridiculous guys right on top of us. This leader's turn is already done. I can't put myself here because they'll take the high ground against me and lock us in, so we'll have to come here. I'm pretty sure this one's going to come in, then we'll stab him twice in a second. Let's actually rotate out with Imperial here. There's the double great swords. Charged right into... Oh, boy. Right into Kiyosuke and right next to Monk. I should have moved Monk first. I didn't see it when I was down there. This is a death sentence waiting to happen. All right, 38, me. We need to break something immediately. 65, 65. I think the great swords. Let's try to hope we hit the body. Beautiful. Okay, Eric has the ability, 57. If he hits, it's going to be incredible. Damn it. Damn it. That is not good. The Raiders' attack is going to be extremely high, so our best bet here with Monk, since we can't knock him back anywhere at the moment, is to grab the spear and go for the 78. Okay? We really need to chew this guy down as fast as possible. Jeremiah Cow does have the 60 here. Very nice. 1 leader, extremely low. Now, they do have 9 lives, keep in mind. Kiyosuke could do it. He could do it, but next turn, he's going to get a walloping. Oh, God. Go for it. 75 miss. So bad. Goose really can't do much here. 41, 66. Sure, we could attack twice, but we're not going to do much. We could rotate instead to get Eric out. He doesn't have as many perks, nor as good of a head armor. And that'll give us the opportunity for one more really good stab here. Okay, 66, pierced side, wavering. Keep in mind they're inspired by a nearby leader, giving everyone here, I think, what is it, 10% bonus? This is scary times. Here we go. Oh, boy, that strike went right through Kiyosuke and hit Charlie. I was hoping for some dodges there, but he hit both. Okay. King Bertolf goes in 6 turns. He needs to be dead. 80%. Was that the 9 lives? Yes, King Bertolf has 9 lives. Good job, Monk. Let's do it again, friend. Yes! King Bertolf is down. Kiyosuke, however, is nearly dead. We're going to have to taunt Wernhard the Marauder, and that's not an easy thing for us to do. Yeah, there's simply no way to get down here with a taunt. Goose won't be able to get next to him for it to be effectual. There's no way to rotate Goose in. Kiyosuke can't rotate, can't move Goose down. Our other 2 tanks, Clay and Ben, are far, far, far away. So the only option is going to be to charge up with Monk, surround, we can't really surround him, just charge up with Monk and knock him off the hill, but he's still going to go after Kiyosuke, unless the AI is very, very, very happy to take strikes. So what we can do is put 1 character here and 1 character here. Well, I'm not sure if they'll take the strike for 2 characters, or if they'll try to go for the kill shot first and then take the strike. That's a thing I'm not sure of. Well, best thing we can do is break them as fast as we possibly can. Double 38's me. Or single 38. 65's on Cinnamon. That's not a good way to break them. That's not good. 52. 46, sure, my cow. Nice. Kiyosuke has taunt, but I mean, he might get hit in the head. I suppose that's always, he's basically going to taunt anyway. So I suppose the 31 is the only thing that makes sense. We'll wait for it. Goose could attempt to run 2 Overwatches to taunt. All right, boys, it's now or never. 47% Clay. Good time to miss every single attack. Charlie, 52. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, Eric, 57. Okay, again. That's at least something, but not much. So all Kiyosuke can do is stab him and pray for luck. Okay. Now, we have basically the option of running with Goose and attempting to taunt, and he will actually, even just being down here with Goose might make some sense, because he may go for the strike rather than the kill. I imagine he'll go for the kill, but he may go for the strike. If we can run it, we'll be attacked twice on the move, and we can still taunt with 15. We'll be attacked twice, increasing our fatigue by 2 and 2. That's 4, that's 48, so we could still taunt. Every time you get attacked, you incur 2 fatigue. Alternatively, we could stab twice and hope to kill the raider, which might proc some panics. This one's wavering. Running an Overwatch against an axe, though, is one heck of a dastardly maneuver. Yeah, it's going to be like 50-50 times 2. I don't think there's any chance of this. Best bet is just hope for double hits here in the chest with Goose 66. Oh god, okay. He's gonna go as soon as I take a turn. Okay, Kiyosuke, we believe. I can do one thing, maybe reduce his resolve a little bit. 69%. Oh god, it's not gonna work. All right, Kiyosuke, for the love of God, evasive, but no! Wait, I can also release the Hound, who will probably die, but may run over here and proc the strike. Evasive maneuvers! Oh, yes! Kiyosuke took it in the NUGGIN, boys! Whoo! He's gonna run away in 14 turns, though, is the problem. Oh my god, was that crazy. Wow. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm not sure how we're gonna get him to run away, either. Let's go back to the javelins with Monk and see if we can land a good 66. God, our odds are just going crazy right now. Stop. That guy landed that before dying. Insane. Cinnamon can move down and take at least one shot here. Beautiful 46. All out damage, 52. God, Mr. Honk, we need you. All right, we need some RNG. That's all we need. We just need some RNG. 32% Eric. This brigand actually hasn't gone yet, but if we don't go... Yeah, we don't have too many options here. Share my cow, 11%. That's absurdly bad. Poor little battle brother down there. All right, we give it a whirl. 11%. Oh well, we tried. Someday we'll hit something. We really need Charlie to get a big hit here. 44. We really need Chris to get a big hit here. There's just nothing we can do. Kiyosuke's gonna run as soon as I'm done with Clay, and there's nothing I can do. Kiyosuke, good luck! 51 rolled a 95. Take that, you big loser. He's gonna go for a strike here on Battle Brother and Monk, and we're gonna lose Battle Brother. Technically, I think that's actually okay. Monk will survive. So let's try to wound him. 67. Oh my lord, that's a big wound. Pierced leg muscles and wavering now. He has not procced his 9 lives. So one option's another 67 to proc a 9 lives and potentially inflict another wound. Another option is to release another Warhound to proc a resolve. I think I would rather not lose 2 dogs. Let's go for a 67 Monk. Whoo! Breaking? Oh, we lost Battle Brother, boys. What was the odds? Battle Brother has died. It's not a 0 deaths, no animals run. It's just 0 deaths on the characters. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna come up here, and this should be 80%. Gotta be kidding me. Hey, finally, Mr. Honk did something. Cinnamon with the arming sword. There it is, boys. They both done got farmed. They lost their shirts, but their shirts weren't good, so who cares? That was ridiculously intense. We did lose little battle brother. Oh, look at little battle brother on the hill. Thank God, Kiyosuke. What maneuvers. Unbelievable. Hit in the head and run away. Yeah, there's always a bit of luck involved in this, but at the same time, what are you going to do? That's how the game works. It's also what makes the game fun. Plus, we also missed almost every single attack. On the one round, we really needed to hit everything. That was pretty bad.
Was it really? Let's check the math. Round 1, Xavier made 13 attacks with an average chance of 45%, and he hit 6 of them, meaning he hit 46% of his attacks. Round 2, 20 attacks with 55 average and 40% actual hits. Round 3, 18 attacks with 55 average and exactly 55% actual hits. Round 4, 17 attacks with 37 average because of 4 extremely low chance ranged attack and only 12% actual hits. And the battle was won in the 5th round with 10 attacks and 55 average, out of which 6 were hits. Total average chance to hit in 5 rounds was 49.4, and the actual hits scored was 42.6. So yes, in this battle, RNG was on the side of the AI, but by less than 7%, which is far less than it seems to us in that one round when we just can't hit, isn't it? And then we declare RNG to be ridiculous and rage quit. Some food for thought, perhaps.
Whoo! 0 deaths, even 0 injuries. Kiyosuke got a pierced cheek and a cut arm. Thank God. What a freaking champion Kiyosuke was right there. Monk got a level. Oh my God. We just got 2 stacks of food, 300 gold, like 65% of a stack of tools, third of a stack of arrows. Not one great sword that is worth like 5,500, but 2 great swords worth like 5,500. We additionally picked up the boar spear, which is fantastic, the tier 2 mace, the tier 2 military pick, another kite shield. We need a whole bunch of those. That's good. The nasal helmet with rusty mail, very good. And the kettle hat with mail, 215 armor. We didn't get the kettle hat with the closed mail, though, unfortunately. What a result that is. Is that King Bertolds? Nah, you shake your head. That man is dead. This is just a bonus pay. Whoo! I think we actually get double pay when we turn it in now, too, in addition to all of that craziness. What a huge, huge, huge fun thing that was. In any event, Monk has hit the next level. Monk, being a ranged finisher, after throwing weapons, goes Executioner. We really need to go to the Northern Lands and get him some throwing weapons. He's up to 72 aim here. He has yet to get his resolve, which is starting to worry me greatly. I suppose we'll start going into it a little bit now. Let's repair up both of those great swords. Fantastic. We can now easily sell the longsword. Don't need that anymore. Repair all these guys for sales when we get someplace. Fantastic. And then let's upgrade our final frontline man with a kite shield. Awesome. And our final fancy rusty helm. And then who wants the super helm? You know who deserves it? None other than Kiyosuke himself. Boom! He's got a flat top McDonald's. God, his helmet was at 1%. Absolutely amazing. Alright, I gotta be very careful not to get ambushed on the way home because we are hurting. You gain! That's bonus pay right there, boys. Double the income on top of everything else. That's King Bertolf. Aye, that's him. Alright, I guess you'll be getting extra for that. And Krumwada no longer has ambushed trade routes. Holy mother of heavens, that was insane. However, they've been raided apparently while we went out. The chances of what just happened, like that is such a rare thing. 6 raiders and 2 leaders is absolutely insane. Brigand friends are coming to exact revenge on them. We need your help to fight them off. Wow. That's probably more than I can handle, especially right now. This is going to be multiple raiding parties, and we are just not in a way to deal with that. That's a lot of good income, though, let me tell you. In any event, we have pretty good amber here. Meds, how many are we going to need? Between 8 and 19. These are the cheapest ones that I'm aware of, so it does make sense, I think, to buy them all right now. Just stock up while we can. That's 60. You can only go up to 100 meds total, so the 60 we bought plus 30 is 90. We'll grab the food because that's relatively cheap. And let me do a quick check here. And now we could sell the wood if we needed to, but I'd rather sell it somewhere else. Do they have amber down here in camp stat? And the answer is yes, so it's not worth buying even for this current value. We really need to go to camp stat to sell. We got to get rid of the war brand, one of these great swords, one of the long swords, and all of these picks and hammers and shields and extra things. This was definitely going to give us all the money we need to go out into the wilderness, and we could stock up on food when we're there. We can maximize on tools at the castle nearby, hit up some ammunition while we're at it, and we'll have maximum medications as well. The ammunition we'll get from Nordholz, and the tools we'll get from Campberg, and then we could actually go into the wilderness and start looking. I want to avoid the plains because I don't want to fight greenskins right now. I'd rather go into the grasslands and look for zombies, or we could go to the grasslands to the north and even look for some raiders. Well, we're going to head off to the main city, sell off a ton of our gear, but before we do that, I want to point out that myself and Cinnamon here are just a handful of experience away from finally unlocking crippling strikes, and that is where the javelin spec at long last comes online. So hopefully we can take a battle relatively soon and finally get the Javelineers online. Our axe thrower monk just came online, so I'm going to be looking for some axes when we go to a nearby citadel as well. An easy brigand's quest, you say? Well, this is the perfect opportunity to get myself and Cinnamon some levels, but let's take a look at our current predicament. Health is an issue, Kiyosuke's a little bit low, repairs are needed. I think it's not going to be a problem. Let's take this quest, and this, I'll focus on getting myself and Cinnamon kills. I usually avoid getting kills on the range characters, reason being that they cost ammunition to replenish, but this time we'll actually focus specifically on trying to accomplish it to get us leveled up into the next phase of the game. Ooh, some raiders and another leader! You gotta be kidding me, game. Why you make games so easy? Kiyosuke's still not at full. Charlie's just about good, but negative 40% damage. Monk has negative 4 melee defense and initiative. That does not matter. Really, it's just Kiyosuke, and what we can do is swap him out for someone else and kind of keep him safe in the corner where he's unlikely to get attacked. All right, boys, yet another leader. This wasn't part of the plan, but alas, I'm going to do it before nightfall so we can spend the night walking back to turn in this quest. Now, this should be much, much, much easier this time because there's only going to be one brigand leader, and these brigands aren't nearly as bad. We got loincloth helmet, beautiful butter helm, loincloth helmet. Yeah, that is much, much, much better. They're going to charge us, and Kiyosuke's sort of safe up in the corner, so this is decent. We'll use the same old strategy, let them walk up, apply damage, and break the morale with death. Ooh, nice arming sword for money. Guy in the bush, good to keep in mind. Charlie's got very little damage here because of his cut sinew. Can still hit, though. And rip off the loincloth. Okay, he's got a padded flat top helmet. That's pretty good. Definitely an upgrade. He has a heater. That's definitely an upgrade. Finally, a throwing axe. We haven't seen very many of those. And more importantly, noble mail. Now, this is something I usually like to buy. One of the next phases of the game is going to be getting higher tier armors around 210, and that's exactly what this noble mail is. So, if we could farm that, I'll be very, very, very happy. I have no idea what kind of weapon he has, though, outside of the throwing axes. Okay, we're just stacking up our confident bonus right now. I want to make sure I keep Kiyosuke next to a tank, if not 2 tanks who have rotate in case things go awry. Whoo! Confident bonus! Things are not going awry, boys. If anything, the leader might be trying to run away pretty soon. Wow! I didn't expect them to come out of the bush like that. I guess I should have. Javelins, okay. Throwing axe up here on Mr. Honk, that's 1. They haven't used the javelins yet. Eric's a little bit low on the health, so we'll have to shield wall. Oh! My god. Chris uses quick shot and hits Eric. Chance 5, rolled a 4. Well, suddenly things have gotten much more dangerous. That was fast, huh? We'll have to rotate him up. And we'll have to really make sure with Ben here that we hold everyone. Let's move Ben up into the front. Give these guys something to actually think about. Toss up the shield wall. Beautiful. Kiyosuke's probably just going to have to fall back at this point. It's not safe to rotate Eric up. Instead, what we're going to have to do is rotate him back. And that's just not something we can do. We could rotate him down with Clay, and then hold all these guys in place with Goose. That makes some sense. While simultaneously breaking the resolve. So the plan here is we need to toodles with Ben, or Eric rather. He goes in 13 turns. The only thing I'm worried about is Red Viper out here sniping him with an axe, but his distance, 1, 2, 3, 4 to like 5 tiles, he's probably not even going to bother to try that with a shield-walled kite shield character from that many tiles away. So I'm not too concerned about that. We'll just try to mop up 1 kill here in the Raider. Oh, there we go. That's 3. Now, I need to be very careful not to allow Red Viper to run away. That is definitely something that can happen. However, I don't know what kind of weapon he has. I suppose it makes sense to lock him down with Goose with a shield wall while we're there. Make sure we have tanks to rotate in. Kiyosuke can actually take a hit here, so that's not too bad. We'll move him up as a rotate reserve tank. Eric, however, has got to toodle. We'll hide him in the bush so he can't be sniped by a throwing weapon. Fantastic. He's safe now. And now it's just a matter of getting closer to Red Viper, making sure our tanks can take the hits while we surround him for the morale break. Oh, tier 3 axe. That is a fancy, fancy axe, and it can do a lot. Now, I want this guy's armor, so I want both the helmet and the actual armor. So we're gonna have to be very careful here. We're probably maybe gonna lose a kite shield unless we rotate in with Ben. It doesn't seem likely with his fatigue. No, he can definitely do it. 32. Yeah, he can do it. He can move up and rotate, and then that way we won't have the shield break right away. Let's get set up here. Ready for farming. Could move Goose in, but I'm pretty sure he's going to break the heater, and I prefer we don't allow him to do that just yet. God, those javelins, huh? This is where we're going to need to use very precise taunts. Taunt shield wall. Do we even have anyone who can taunt shield wall? Nope, everyone's fatigued out right now. Okay, let's see what we got here on Ben. Nice. Shield wall 53 miss. That's exactly what I want to see. So, do we have a taunt shield wall set up anywhere? Potentially on Goose, but then he could break the shield. Clay is really where I want it to come from. We could charge in, but keep in mind that axe, if he attacks twice, until he's got full, I mean full fatigue, I am very scared that he can attack twice and kill somebody instantly. All it would take is 2 shots to the head, 2 shots to the chest. So rather than try to break now, I think we'll hold 1 more turn with Ben, allowing him to shield wall himself as we get closer. What's Goose's shield at? 23 out of 48, so 1 more attack and that thing's gone. We can have him just recover. So if we need to, we can at least taunt with some tank. All right, one more turn. His last good attempt. He can't kill Ben with 2 hits anywhere, I don't think. He's trying. Now, how's his fatigue look? Well, it's still pretty decent. I think he regenerates 20 per turn, which is quite a lot. So let's do this. Let's actually move in here. Ben can still taunt. He's still got decent everything. Goose. Yeah, let's try to break his resolve. I don't want Goose to taunt if possible to save the shield. Kiyosuke has enough armor that he can take a hit as well, but it's still dangerous moving him, so I think I'll move in Clay instead, and on the top, maybe we move in like Chris or Mr. Honk. This guy is just not breaking. All right, well, this is about as good as we're gonna get. Goose, 14% pierce. That is ridiculous. That's not even worth it. 78, 103, 100 versus 83, 110, 47. Let's instead have Goose go for the taunt here. Who cares about the kite shield? Now that he's taunted, we can move Kiyosuke in, and I'm thinking we're gonna have to use the net. So Kiyosuke's in. We've got the net. We can use it next turn for 25 fatigue, 4 action points. That'll reduce his defense significantly. In the meantime, is it even worth trying to go for these 17s? I don't think so. It'll just more fatigue for no reason. All right, boys, let's see what he does. Oh, there's the shield, and there's the chest hit we were worried about. Now, Kiyosuke's going to deploy the net. I knew the heater was going to... Or I knew the kite shield was going to get destroyed. Still, it's worth it. Ba-doom! Now, 34%. Someone's got to hit one of these, or else. There we go, 33 Goose. He's wavering. Who's going to do my taunting? Ben can do the taunting. Okay, so Clay then, 38. Breaking now. I'm going to save Ben in case we have to do the taunt shield wall. Nope, we don't. Huzzah! Careful, careful. Cost us a kite shield. But my golly, that noble mail is going to be very much worth it. Bloody hell. Apparently they can break ropes while panicked, even though they can't move, which just makes it even more annoying to farm them. And there it is. I got my promotion. Did Cinnamon? Yep, Cinnamon got hers as well. Oh, I think only by a couple of experience points. I think she needed 95 and we got 100, so perfect. Crippling strikes, crippling strikes. Kiyosuke got a level. Charlie got a level. That is huge. We lost a kite shield, which is unfortunate, but we gained a 190 footman's armor. So I was wrong about the noble mail then. Ooh, we also got the fighting axe. That's a tier 3 axe. I don't really need it or have any plans to use it. It's good, however, as a secondary weapon for fighting Shrats in the future. 200 gold is no slouchy thing either. Half a stack of arrows, full stack of food, and we also got the 150 padded flat top helmet, which mostly just looks cool. At least it looks better than the nasal helmet over here. So big upgrades. We also picked up the heater, which has 5 more melee defense than the wooden shields, but no additional range defense. Good, good, good. Oh, whoops, I left the chain behind, unfortunately. This is the first time I've actually hit full capacity. Nope, you know what? We actually got it because what happened is the food went into our inventory and it stacked up with everything else or something along those lines, and that freed up some space, and so we actually kept the chain. But I have to be very sure to pay attention to inventory space because normally I think you have 101 inventory, but because we're playing poachers, one of the penalties, or the only penalty really, is that we go down to 81 capacity. It's like the one drawback we have to be aware of. Let's get Kiyosuke leveled up. So after Taunt, we are going to go Colossus. He has 75 hit points. Boom, he has 93. Next up is the always, always desired Battle Forged, and that is going to be ginormous. In the meantime, defense, fatigue, and hit points. And let's also give him, since he's our #1 tank, the new Footman's Armor. He's looking fancy, isn't he? Absolutely. Let's give Goose the heater. Let's also give Goose the flat top. Just a slight upgrade there. Let's upgrade Charlie now. The man who was never really supposed to be here and yet is somehow still here, and I don't even understand why he's here. I guess we'll go full throwing mastery with thrown weapons like everyone else. That was always the plan. Another max roll range skill. That's apparently why he's here. He's just incredible. Don't understand how this happened. Sheer luck. You know what? Let's actually take that last roll on initiative here. Good. Good. Cinnamon has leveled up into crippling strikes, meaning Cinnamon's going to need those javelins. Let's actually take them off of... I believe I have 2. Yeah, there's one spare one in here, so that's the new javelin. We don't need the arrows whatsoever. Let's grab an additional arrow from... or a javelin, rather, from Monk and give that to Cinnamon. Very good. Now let's give Cinnamon a shield of the red variety. Beautiful. That crippling strikes is going to be huge. 67. Boom. And our very final resolve roll at long last. Actually, what was our initiative? 4. Nah, I want to take the max roll here. And you know what? Let's actually take more initiative. 128's not high enough for my javelinators, and 3-3 isn't that great. Good. Good. And for myself, exact same deal. Crippling strikes. Along with range skill. Super initiative, and more fatigue. Now, the deal here is crippling strikes isn't going to be super useful just yet, but once we get to duelist, where we get 25% additional ignore armor, crippling strikes is going to be all but guaranteed with plus 40% damage against most things up to, I think, 180 armor. And even if it's not, we have a very high chance to hit from a couple tiles away. And the second one almost certainly will apply it. That's why I want super initiative on these range crippling strikes characters. Anywho, let's repair everything, and off we go. Very dangerous walking through the forest at night, but I'm feeling confident. So it's okay. Alright, while we're here, let's grab these not super cheap, but cheap enough ammo since we're very low. Additionally, let's just sell off a couple inventory spaces worth of garbage. So we can buy a couple more things, including food and bread. We got 6 more days, 7 more days, 8 more days. Beautiful. And bread lasts 8 days. So we are maxed on food as much as we can be right now. Let's go sell stuff. Actually, we should probably buy wood if we can, but let's go to Campstat first, then back up to Nordholz. You know what? Let's go to Nordholz. We'll sell a couple things if we have to, and we'll buy the wood. Assuming they have some we can buy, and then we'll come back down and sell it. 8 undead. None of that's relevant to me. Disappearing villagers probably means beasts. If we were to do it, they do have 6 wood available and a ton of cheap arrows after that. Some cheap javelins we can pick up as well. Or what is the quest? Spiders! 640 crowns. Alright, we'll do it. Let's sell off some inventory space because we're probably going to have some loot. $18 spiders. Woo! Fighting them in the forest is going to be actually quite a nightmare. Now it's becoming dark. So let's actually go back to town. I need to fight them at least out of the forest, if not with some assistance. Charlie no longer suffers from cut arm sinew. Beautiful. These ones don't seem to be interested in leaving, but patience is a virtue, as they say. Okay, you know what? As much as I hate to fight them in the forest, I don't want to spend multiple days on this. It's 18 spiders. Realistically, we should be fine. Because they're spiders, we really don't need the Skirmish Axe, but we'll hold on to it anyway. Let's go get them. It's going to be frustrating is all. So the goal is group up, make sure my range characters aren't going to get immediately murdered in one way or another. Okay, looking good. So the hardest part here is securing the range characters not getting caught in the open, but with 4 tanks with rotate, we're fine. Kiyosuke can rotate up for Monk, and every character is basically saved. Sure, my cow can move back. We can take this hill over here with Charlie, and then that's a very solid positioning. So he does murder, murder, murder. Oh! I'd wager that's a right shame. I'd wager he would have made a sound addition to the butter crushers, whoever this guy was. But we'll take his Decade's coat of scales. Man, frigging tastic. I've only ever seen that one other time. 240 armor. That is incredible. Its maximum fatigue is ridiculous at negative 36. So who is our highest fatigue man? I really need to start getting some wild men. I haven't been going much into fatigue. Looks like Eric, but he's actually an attacker. So let's go over here with Ben, I suppose. At this point, we're going to go Colossus on him. Fantastic. And then let's see if we can get some lucky fatigue. Max roll fatigue. Beautiful. 1 melee defense. Now let's get the final morale. I suppose we'll give it to Ben. There you go, buddy. 47 fatigue. He's going to barely be able to move. But at the same time, he can take hits like a champ. I didn't even see this lamellar here before. Let's give that to Shermaikau, our last actual true range character. Speaking of, Shermaikau leveled up. He's going to be a ranged finisher, which means we're going to go gifted for double stats. 4, 4, and, you know, hit points are just so very important in this game. Beautiful. And 4, 4, and 4. Beautiful. You know what? That I cannot pass up the opportunity here. Let's take the fatigue. We'll take the 5 initiative. 102 is not high enough. I really want about 115 total, so a couple of max rolls here and there. Meanwhile, Chris apparently has also leveled up. I guess we'll give him throwing mastery. Not that I intended to have him here for all this time, but alas. Good as it is, I suppose. Now we trade in our spider loot for wood. Ooh, we also get cured venison. Oh, fantastic. A successful hunt, boys. 179. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We are so stuck. We're carrying, like, every single character has a giant pile of boards on their back. I really wanted these javelins, since we've got 18 throwing experts at this point, so we'll make that a reality by selling off some things we don't need. Just enough to get us down to the city.
By the way, this guy is a boyar. Second best background for range skill at 52. But the downside is the potential for a very low roll on resolve and or fatigue. However, if you get a good one and level him up to 6, you should always carry one piece of quality wood in inventory, because boyar can proc an event to craft a masterwork bow, which is a little bit better than a regular war bow in every category. However, even if the event procs, you only have 50-50 to get the masterwork, and not the unusable wonky bow. You also only get one chance per boyar, so good luck!
I will need to come back here to get arrows, since we only have 45. But we can do that a little bit later and get better trade-in values on our items. To camp stat we go. Three casual unholds just wandering around. Okay. Looks like we're barely gonna make it before the pay. Woo! About 1 minute before we have to pay the men. Interestingly enough, there's an archery contest here, the 15th one I've seen. And not much else going on. Do have another hunter. Well, let's see what they're willing to offer us. I could sell the wood for a lot more somewhere else, but this is actually not all that bad. I mean, it's an 80 gold a profit each time. So let's look at everything else, though. Let's sell the war brand. Let's sell the longsword. Let's sell one of the two. If I hold on to it, I could get a lot more. Did I ever get ambushed trade routes? Maybe I should only buy what I absolutely need. Or sell what I absolutely need. Not gonna keep the poison glands. I think I will keep the gossamer for nets, which I have to buy more of. Now, one thing they have here is meds. We're almost capped up. Let's actually get to the cap there. Fantastic. We have 6 more days of food. We could buy 1 more grains. They're a little expensive. I think we'll pass. They do have double javelins. And that is tempting. Let's actually go for it. Boom, boom. Let's go equip the javelins now. So I have 2. That's perfect. Cinnamon has 2. That's perfect. Monk only has 1. So Monk, there's your second one. Now, Sheramai Cow doesn't quite have any perks. However, both Charlie and Chris are ready to go. So javelins it is. No more hunt thingies. Get rid of that silly spear. Fantastic. Toss them on one of those beautiful red shields. The entire back row has the red target shields. I love it. All right, only 1 more hunter to go. Share my cow is a while. We'll probably look for some throwing axes in the next town. If we're going to be looking for throwing axes, we need to sell some more stuff for sure. We can just sell one of these swords now. I know we can get more for it later, but it's fine. Do we have another good shirt here for someone? Indeed we do. Eric could have a slight upgrade. All right, we got 2 backup light armors, 2 backup heavier armors, 3 backup helmets, backup nasal helmet as well, and a bunch of axes if I want to fight a Shrat for some reason. We're really not going to do anything with these bones, so I suppose we should just sell them now. And I'm not going to buy the dog armor anytime soon, so it's another 600 gold. I don't want to be carrying it in the inventory space. I suppose we'll just make do on the wood now. Fantastic. 5,000. And let's go stock up on tools, stock up on arrows, and just be absolutely beautiful. What do we have? And camp bug for men. Literally nothing. We really need to find some wild men or a hedge knight someplace that's not 16,000 gold. That would be nice. We have 0 tools, so we're going to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do want the last one, but if I buy it right now, it'll disappear because we can't afford it. I mean, you can only hold 150, rather. There's also more javelins. Let's grab some of those guys. We used one of our bandages once. Let's grab it. Let's grab another net because we had used that as well. So I think it was Kiyosuke who had the net. Fantastic. The other character was Chris, who could finally get rid of all this nonsense, get a beautiful shield, get rid of more nonsense. Fantastic. Javelin, 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 javelin. We have 5 javelineers, boys, and Sheramai Cow is pretty close. Well, he's 1,000 experience away from getting his own javelins. Absolutely ridiculous. This is not how I planned this campaign to go. Alas, this is how it went. So, who needs a bandage? On the front line, I think Ben. Let's give Ben the bandage. We can also upgrade our net with the gossamer to much better nets a little bit later on. If we leave the town for even half a second, these things will go into our inventory and we can camp. How much more food do we need? 6 days? 7? 7 days? Perfect. These arrows aren't the best. Let's just camp outside for a very short while because we have a lot of tools we can use. No, actually, that's not true. 4 tools, so no matter what, our tools are pretty much decked out. Okay, well, the only other thing we need then is arrows, which are in Nordholz, so off we go. And now they have a rebuilding effort and they were raided. Amazing. So basically all the arrows I came here to get are gone. What a tricksy game. Hey, speaking of that net and the fact that we have money, let's throw it in the inventory while we're here since there's a crafter. And let's make the reinforced throwing net. 50 crowns. It takes 1 gossamer and 1 throwing net. Boom. Now that we have the reinforced net, let's give it back to Kiyosuke. So our goals here is going to be to get some more heavy armor, which we can get most cheaply from zombie camps. And the thing with that is they're highly fatigue intensive. As you can see over here with this decayed coat of scales, 36 for 240 is insane. However, it's free. So we can farm up a bunch of those today, but we're also going to need to find some wild men who have the highest fatigue in the game for the cheapest amount of money, so they can actually wear them and they can cycle in and get some experience to become our new actual keeper frontline tanks. The best way to find wild men is going to be to wander around out in the wild, lo and behold. And by out in the wild, I mean hit up cities near forests and whatnot. Additionally, I am keen on finding a good whip now that we have Cleaver Spec over on Eric. We'll still be able to whip consistently for a long period of time with his high aim and make farming specific leaders much more easy. Anywho's, the easiest way to do this, I reckon, will be to wander to the south. We can scout out some of these areas looking for camps, then come up here to Hohweiler, where we've never been, then take a big run up along this road, hitting up all of these towns, back up here, and end up way the heck up there. Even potentially fighting some barbarian camps in the not too distant future. In any event, off we go. And our ambition is fulfilled. We lose 1,000 crowns, but we gain the Butter Brothers standard that we will give to Mr. Honk. So this weapon, 50 to 70 damage, is comparable to the pike almost. The pike is better at 60 to 80 damage. However, it allows you to give 10% of your resolve to nearby characters, which is 7 all around, which is very, very, very fancy. And it has the same plus 10% chance to hit. A few Geiss and many armored Wiedergangers. Interesting. And wouldn't you know, we now have a battle standard. This is definitely something we could probably handle. The thing is, the Geiss are going to go in the back line, and then once we engage the Wiedergangers, they will start screaming and lowering our morale, but we can buff our morale with Mr. Honk here. So that is actually really good time, and I feel like, hey, let's go clear a camp. We will, however, of course, wait till morning, because we're a largely ranged-based company. But a ranged-based company will engage Screamy Weemy in the next episode. For now, we met absolutely no campaign goals whatsoever, but we did actually make quite a bit of profit, and we had a lot of fun today, so that's fine. Looks like we earned a grand total of 8,200 crowns. We picked up 8 more levels towards our 84 goal, and of course, 0 deaths. Anyways, we're getting to the point in the campaign where we're getting some power, and we're going to go out into the wilderness in the next episode, and we're going to exert that power on unsuspecting villagers. But until then, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you soon. Evasive, but no! Wait, I can also release the Hound, who will probably die, but may run over here and proc the strike. Evasive maneuvers! Oh, yes! Kiyosuke took it in the NUGGIN, boys!